dear students. We have started with animal kingdom, right? In that we have seen the first phyla, phylum Porifera. Today we shall be learning the second phyla of animal kingdom. The phyla is Coelenterata or Cnidaria. Okay, phylum Coelenterata or Cnidaria. Now, as I have told you that phylum Porifera. Why they got Porifera? Because of pore-bearing animals. Same way here also Coelenterata or Cnidaria because of some feature. Okay, so these are the organisms or coelentrates are the organisms has got some structure, has got some typical type of cells, and they are called as cnidoblast. You can see cnidoblast or cnidocyte. This is the cnidocyte or cnidoblast. Because of this cnidoblast or cnidocyte, they got the name Cnidaria. Got it? So these cnidarians are also referred as Coelenterata or you can say phylum Coelenterata. Okay, so phylum Coelenterata is same as phylum Cnidaria. I told you. Why Cnidaria? Because of presence of typical one type of structure called as cnidoblast or cnidocyte. Remember this thing. Okay, so there it was pore-bearing animals in case of sponges. Here presence of cnidoblast. Got it? Okay, so let me see the let me tell you all the characteristic feature of this organisms. Again, these are the organisms. Coelentrates are also found in water. Okay, now where in the water? They are mostly found in sea water or marine conditions. We say not in the fresh water. Got it? So marine conditions you can see. Okay. Now some organisms are sessile, some are free living. Now what is sessile? Sessile meaning the organisms which cannot move. Okay, they cannot move. That's why sessile we say. Meaning they are attached to particular substrate. Just like plants. Plants are sessile we say. They cannot move, right? They cannot easily move like we move. Okay. So these are the plants which are these are the organisms which you can say sessile. Some are sessile, they cannot move, and some are free living. Meaning some can be freely swimming in the water. Also we can see like that. Okay. Now these organisms are showing little hierarchy. If you remember, I told you sponges are the only organism which has cellular level of organization. Now we have shifted to little higher individuals. So these are the organisms has tissue level of organization. Meaning cells have aggregated to form tissues and particular functions are done by the tissues. Okay. Now I told you that Coelenterata, then Ctenophora and Echinodermata are the only three organisms or only three phyla which are showing radial symmetry. Meaning everyone knows now, right? So these coelentrates are showing radial symmetry. Okay, they are showing radial symmetry. Now, Telum platyhelminthes, I told you that the organisms has got only two germ layers, ectoderm and endoderm, right? So that's why they are referred as diploblastic individuals. Okay. So instead of mesoderm, they don't have that perfect mesoderm. I told you. They have you can say non-cellular undifferentiated region called as mesoglia. Remember this thing. Okay. So these are the organism has got only two germ layers, ectoderm and endoderm. That's why they are referred as diploblastic. Okay. Next, I told you this. Cnidaria has got special type of structure called as cnidoblasts or cnidocytes. Okay, these cnidoblasts or cnidocytes are bulb-like structure. You can see this picture. The first picture I was showing. This is a bulb-like structure. Okay, these are the you can say this is the cnidoblast or cnidocyte. Now they are having a typical type of cell called as nematocyte. Okay, now these nematocyte, you can say this cnidoblast or nematocyte which is present inside is very helpful for this particular organisms in case of encouragement, defense and capturing their food. Now what is encouragement? Now whenever this particular organism is moving in the water and they need to go and attach to particular surface, or if they find any surface and now they want to go and attach to that particular surface. So what they will be doing? They will be just throwing out. You can see the spring-like structure, this hook-like structure. They will be just throwing out or pushing it out, and wherever surface they will find, they will go and attach to that particular surface. So this is the structure which is very helpful for these organisms to get attachment, encouragement. Got it? This is the first example. Second and first can say function. Second function is any defense, you can say. For example, if particular organism is coming nearer to cylindrate, I suppose, okay, or this particular organism. Now they will find that this is the organism which is coming nearer to them is enemy. They have found that this is the enemy and they don't want that. If they comes, they will kill the cylindrate. So what this particular organism will do in order to defense mechanism, they will just push it out. Or you can say throw it out this neuroside and they will capture that particular you can say enemy and they will kill. Now how they will be killing? They are having specific type of toxin. That toxins will be released on that enemy and the enemy will die. Okay, so this nidoblast is also helpful for the organism for defense mechanism, we say, second function. Third function this nidoblast is doing, they are helpful or they are helping the organism in capturing their prey. Meaning, if the organism, if they find that any particular plankton especially is the food for them, okay, they find that planktons are coming nearer to them, okay, through the water currents, they will just throw it out, they will just push it out their nidoblast or nematocide and they will capture their prey and that will be helpful for the third function, we can see. Got it? So, remember, Cnidaria are having nidoblast or nidosides which is very helpful for encouragement, which I have not mentioned here, but do remember encouragement meaning attachment. Second is defense and third is capturing of their prey. Okay, so capturing of their prey is also, these are the three functions. Cylindrates have a cavity and that cavity is referred as central gastrovascular cavity. Now if you remember about sponges, they also had a cavity and that cavity was referred as spongocoel. Okay, spongocoel, I told you. Whereas here, the cavity which is present at the center is referred as central gastrovascular cavity. Okay, and this central gastrovascular cavity is opening into an aperture. Okay, or you can say opening. That opening is called as mouth. Okay, and the mouth, wherever the mouth is present, the area is referred as hypostome. So you can say, if I am talking about this is my mouth, right? So the mouth which is located in this arena, the arena is referred as hypostome. Simply there also, wherever the mouth is present, the opening, that region is called as hypostome. Got it? Okay. Now digestion can be extracellular as well as intracellular. I told you, right? If the capture is there outside the body, okay, they will be capturing the prey there only. Sometimes some enzymes will be activated and extracellular digestion can take place. But if suppose the plankton is going inside the cell body, so within the cell also digestion can take place. So digestion here is extracellular as well as intracellular. So depending on the food prey or depending on the circumstances, the digestion can be extra or intracellular. Okay. Now some body forms. Okay, the cylindrates have some body forms. Now some are polyp and some are medusa. Medusa. Now what is the thing what you have to remember here is, I'll just write here polyp and medusa. Remember that polyp is always cylindrical. Okay, their polyp is cylinder-like, okay, elongated body. Whereas medusa is like umbrella shape. Okay, the shape here is cylindrical, here is umbrella-like. Okay. Now, polyp is showing asexual mode of reproduction. Okay, though they can reproduce asexually, whereas medusa can reproduce sexually. Here, medusa can reproduce sexually. This polyp are normally sessile and medusa are free. If you remember these three characteristics, the further part or further concept will be easy for you all to remember. Okay, remember that cylindrates have two body forms, polyp and medusa. Polyp is sessile, meaning they are attached to particular substrate, they cannot move. Medusa are free moving or freely living, you can see. They are cylindrical Obelia can show both the body forms, meaning if Obelia want to complete their life cycle, if suppose they are showing polyp as well as medusa, meaning both the body forms are present in single individual. And in order to complete the life cycle, there is polyp as well as medusa. So what is happening? Polyp will be reproducing asexually and will be producing medusa. Medusa will be reproducing sexually and will be producing polyp. So it is like alternation of generation. Okay, polyp will give medusa asexually, medusa will give polyp sexually. So both is there. So this type of process is called as metagenesis or alternation of generation. You can see the picture, it will be more clear for you. Okay. Now this is a typical polyp entire body. Okay. Now this Obelia is reproducing asexually first, for example, and polyp has formed. Okay. Now this polyp is producing a bird-like structure. That bird will form into a female medusa. Now this is a female medusa. You can consider it as male medusa also. So it has produced now male medusa or female medusa. Now this female medusa will be having female sex organ. Okay. Now this female sex organ which is present in the female medusa, when it will come in contact with the male medusa. Now male medusa will be of the another polyp. Okay. Imagine there is another polyp here. Now that male polyp has produced this, or you can say polyp has produced male medusa. So male medusa has released male gametes. Female medusa has released female gamete. So female gamete, male gamete have fused and produced zygote. Now that zygote will undergo developmental stages. You can see lot of developmental stages will be taking place. Okay, and finally it will develop into a polyp. So medusa has given rise to polyp and polyp itself has given rise to medusa. Okay, so both the forms can be seen, and in order to complete their life cycle, actually they are showing that alternation of generation. See, medusa is reproducing sexually, gametes are fusing, so sexually, okay, and will give rise to polyp. Polyp will be producing medusa asexually by means of budding. Okay, see here, they are forming a bird-like structure, budding meaning asexual reproduction. And that bird has given rise to medusa, but medusa is reproducing sexually. So this process is also referred as metagenesis or alternation of generation. Very easy. In detail you need not study, but you should know that polyp reproduces asexually by means of budding and gives medusa. Medusa reproduces sexually and again give rise to polyp. Okay, so alternation of generation. Some more examples are, you must be, if you have seen, you will be really amazed to see such type of organism that are corals. Okay, you must have seen coral reefs also in TVs and all. If you really want to visit, or if you have heard about Maldives and all, they have entire water which is, you can say, in the water you can say beautiful colorful structures, and they are nothing but corals, or you can say coral reefs. Okay, now these corals are actually the examples of Cnidaria or Coelenterata. Okay, now these corals, you can say the body is very hard. Now why they are hard, why they have hard body is because of calcium carbonate. The entire body is made up of calcium carbonate. Okay, so the skeletal material sometimes in the corals, or some examples of Coelenterata such as corals, the body is made up of calcium carbonate. Remember this thing. Okay, so corals are the examples of Coelenterata or Cnidaria. Okay, that's it. So today on this video I have discussed with you all the phylum, second phylum of animal kingdom, phylum Coelenterata or phylum Cnidaria. I told you why Cnidaria, because of the presence of nidoblast or nidocyte. And I told you the three functions of nidoblast or nidocyte. That is, they are having and they can perform the function of encouragement, defense mechanism, as well as capturing their prey, you can say. Okay, so that's it for today. If you have any difficulty, you can ask me in the comment section. Thank you everyone.